Now she says that you're using a nickname based on her given name, Nimrata. You called her Nimbra in a post the other day. Why do you do that?
Well, I do that with a lot of people, like Hutchinson. I mean, he was polling at 0 for about 1 year, and I called him, rather than Asa, I called him Ada Hutchinson, and it just felt good to me. And with her, it's just something that came. It's a little bit of a takeoff on her name, her name, wherever she may come from, but it's just
What do you mean by that?
Takeoff.
What do you mean?
It's a little bit of a takeoff. I look at her name. I look at a lot of people. I do a lot of names for people, like Pocahontas. She said, my mother said I look like an Indian, so I started calling her Pocahontas. Some people say I'm very good at that, but I can't get into too many because many of those people that I named like that are Republicans, and we don't want to bring that up. But no, it's just it's a takeoff. I have fun with it. And sometimes, to tell you the truth, it's a very effective tool.
If you just listen to his words, without taking into account that this is a former president running for the job again, Trump sounds like a racist 13-year-old middle schooler trying to bully somebody. Rather than Asa, I called him Ada Hutchinson, and it just felt good to me. She said my mother said I looked like an Indian, so I called her Pocahontas. Some people say I'm very good at that. It's actually pathetic, but still on brand. So now that it's a two-person race in the primary, Trump is sharpening his name-calling skills, and Nikki Haley is trying something besides supporting him.
I have watched the entire political elite yesterday and today. I've watched the entire media elite yesterday and today say that I should drop out for the good of the country to support Donald Trump. Let me get this straight. Donald Trump won 56,000 votes out of 3 million in Iowa. He got 1.5% of the vote in Iowa. America doesn't do coronations. We believe in choices. We believe in democracy, and we believe in freedom. I have said I love the live free or die state, but you know what? I want to make it a live free or die country, and we're not going to stop until we do it. So let's get everybody out to vote. Let's show all of the media class and the political class that we've got a different plan in mind.
It's a talking point that's a little bit short on details, as the Iowa caucuses probably had nearly record low turnout considering the record low temperatures outside and the lead that Trump already had. The next point might be the fact that he's old and losing steam, but Trump already has cartoonish answers for that.
So Nikki Haley says now she has the two-person race that she's always wanted. She has been coming after you strongly in the past few days. It's worked both ways, and you've come after her as well. She keeps bringing up your age lately. What do you say about that?
Well, I think I'm a lot sharper than her. I would do this. I would sit down right now and take an aptitude test, and it would be my result against her result, and she's not going to win. She's not going to even come close to winning. In fact, when I heard the word cognitive, I've taken 2 of them now. I took one with Doc Ronnie, who's now a fantastic, White House doctor, and a fantastic congressman from Texas, Admiral, the White House doctor, Jackson, Ronnie Jackson, and he's now a great congressman from Texas. I took one then, and I took one recently. I think the result was announced, and I aced it twice. I aced it. But I would say that, I've actually called for a cognitive test for anybody running for president, because I actually think that's a good idea. It would be nice to have an intelligent person be president.
Haley has too, I believe.
Trump is so used to throwing out physicals and cognitive tests against fellow elderly politicians, he just regurgitates the same challenges to any opponent he's got, because he knows his base will just buy his BS. But actually, some of the old folk on the conservative side are actually siding with flailing Haley, and they still refuse to focus on Trump, even though he's trouncing her.
Joe Biden is now older. I'm not going to get into with you what everybody talks about with regard to his cognitive ability, but I know he's my age. I run a big, and I said in my article, I run a big business. I'm the matriarch of a family of 20 plus. I make decisions that affect hundreds of people every day. I need a nap in the afternoon. So does Joe Biden. Probably too.
I know these are just moments of the fight, but these GOP presidential candidates are arguing over who would score better on a cognitive test so that voters don't realize that both of them have un-American policies like a nationwide ban on women's reproductive rights.
When we spoke yesterday to Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, she said that you would sign a national abortion ban. Would you?
You know, it's so interesting because you can't say that to the American people because all you're doing is putting fear and judgment in them. Yes, I'm unapologetically pro-life, but I don't judge anyone for being pro-choice. I have said I am fine with a federal law. But the thing is, in order to get a federal law, you have to have a majority of the House, 60 senators, and a signature of a president. I will not demonize this issue. It's too personal. We have to start doing that. Democrats use fear and Republicans use judgment. This is too personal of an issue to use fear or judgment, and I won't be a part of any of that.
Okay, but you're not taking a ban off the table, which allows for Democrats to say that you would be on board. Can you say you will not?
60 senators would never approve a ban on abortion. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So if the math does add up one day, would you sign a ban?
This is the problem with Democrats. Democrats put fear in the American people. The American people don't need fear.